For those of you who don't know, basically this whole video is I am in recovery from a surgery, I'm an author, and I did a Kickstarter, which is like a lot of authors are switching to Kickstarter to sell their books, and essentially they make a pledge, like, you know, $15 or $20 for a paperback, and they pledge, and then Kickstarter takes the money, and then you order your books, and they come in and you send them out to your Kickstarter. I've done several videos on Kickstarter, so check them out if you're interested. Kickstarter has more than just authors on there. It's like a site, it's like a crowdfunding site, but for creatives. So like you pledge for like something that you want, and then the money that's all pledged also helps as a profit go toward the creator to make that come to life, whether it's art, a book, whatever. And I did one in August, and I have 48 backers. I earned a little over $2,000, and all of the money goes back into the books. So right now it cost me $700 to order all of the books for the 16 backers that backed, because a lot of them was like ordering the whole series in paperback form, and the hardbacks were like $50 a piece, so that gets pretty pricey and expensive. So I've had all these books because they came in at the time that I had my surgery, so that's what this whole video is about. Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So it is October 18th, and I had surgery on October 8th, so it's been 10 days. It's been 10 days since my surgery, and I did my Kickstarter at the end of, I think it ended on September. It ended at the end of August, but when I ordered author copies of all the books for the people who ordered books in the Kickstarter, both Amazon and Barnes & Noble had a month delay, so I ordered them September when the Kickstarter ended, and they fully paid me, which takes a couple of weeks to process all of that. And then when they fully paid me, I ordered them like September 16th, I think, and it took Amazon and Barnes & Noble that long to send it to me that they didn't come in until my surgery. Obviously, like till after I had my surgery on October 8th. I don't know what day it was because that was a very chaotic time. I spent 3 days in the hospital from October 8th. And so then I came home on 9th, the 10th. So I think I came home on the 10th. So I've been spending that long from the 11th till now, the last 8 days basically at home, recovering, not able to do anything but lay on the couch and relax other than getting up and trying to walk around and make sure that I don't get any, bad things. So, I felt like, I've been feeling better lately, and my friend and I, we do voice recordings on Facebook Messenger back and forth to talk to each other, and she reminded me that she set up a book signing event in her town, because we live, about an hour away from each other. She's afraid to do a book signing by herself, and so I've done 2 before, and so she set up a book signing event so that I could do it with her, a joint book signing event, so that I could do it with her, and she would be less afraid, and it would be more fun. This was months before my surgery, so that's on November 7th, so we've got a couple of weeks coming up, but when she reminded me about that yesterday, I realized I hadn't ordered my author copies for that yet, so I went ahead, I was like, I gotta do that tonight, because the shipping times is so long, and lo and behold, when I went to order them, it says it's going to come in on November 8th to November 12th. So I had to get on with customer support, see if they couldn't ship them sooner. That's up in the air. Don't know how that's going to go. But that spurred me to like, okay, I need to start fulfilling these Kickstarter orders because I've got boxes of books everywhere. So I just started working on stuff tonight, and I forgot that I was going to vlog the process. So that's what I'm doing. But for real quick, just informational purposes, my surgery on October 8th, I had 2 cysts on my ovaries. So they went in and removed both of the cysts. They had to remove my left ovary. They saved my right ovary. We're still waiting for the official biopsies on the cysts, and I go in on Tuesday for a follow-up appointment. So I've got a big, basically cut all the way up and down my stomach, and they have this binder that, like, it's kind of like a corset that I've been wearing for the last, like, I take it off and go without it a couple of hours in the evening, but essentially it's like a really tight corset to kind of keep everything tight, and it helps you get up and move around a little bit. I'm not allowed to lift over 10 pounds, and I can't do too much. I don't know if there's internal sutures too, or external sutures. I don't know how they all did it. I was out of it. But I'm kind of running out of pain meds, so I've been on meds enough that I'm kind of like, I've gone through all my doses. I'm able to finally get up and walk around. I wasn't able to walk for the first 24 hours after my surgery. I could not get up out of bed. My husband had to help me with everything. And then I finally started, days and days later, I was able to get up, walk around. He still had to help me with things, but then I finally got to where I was independent and able to do most of everything other than like shower. He still has to help me with that. But I can get up because I couldn't get in and out of bed. I couldn't get in and out of like our couch when we got home. The hospital had like these railings that I was able to use, but when we got home it was a little bit more precarious. So I'm finally getting to where I'm independent enough to do things on my own. I still can't lift anything, so I will get help from my family to like lift the books if I have to lift like a whole pile. But I can't show you the information, but the first thing that I did, well, I already went ahead and did this, but I listed out and typed out all of the information of the backers from Kickstarter onto a Word document just because that's easier. And then I copied and pasted that information to another Word document and deleted all of the people with the ebook stuff because I already sent the ebook stuff out. And so that left me with pages of just the people who ordered physical stuff because that's what I'm trying to send out right now. So I decided to print those off because we put all of the boxes in my room and I've got them everywhere. It's an absolute disaster, but we're going to open them up because I haven't even tested them yet. With each one, I should have had 2 extra books per copy just in case there's misprint. I've had Amazon have like misprints and like torn pages or spines before, so you always order extra books. I learned that with the last Kickstarter. So I can't show you legally. I'm not allowed to show you the information, but these 3 pages are backer informations for the 16 backers that ordered physical copies. The other, out of 48 backers, 16 of them did some sort of physical copy, whether paperback, hardback, and then the others did some sort of ebook. So because the Kickstarter did well enough, we unlocked stretch goals. So one of that was bookmarks. And I printed off the bookmarks on these pages here. So my next step, these turned out like the illustrated bookmarks. I let everybody vote and they voted on this one, which is the monster in the cave. And everybody loved that one. But in real life, it's a little dark. But essentially, I print them off on Word documents, as you can see here. And I'm going to laminate them and cut them out. Since there's 16 people, they each get 1. So that means I did 2 pages in sets of 4. So 4, 8, and then 12, 16, and then 4, 8, and then 12, 16. So that way I have 1 for each backer, essentially. So I just got to laminate all 4 of these pages and then cut them out. And then I will put them with the books. So what I'm planning on doing, and then I have another document over here where I have all of these people listed out again, but just their name and address, so that I can put that on top of the package, like just tape it because my handwriting sucks. But my plan is to use sticky notes and write down their name, find their book, what they ordered, because I have what they ordered, their name and what they ordered on here. Like, say we have a character named Bob, a person named Bob, and he ordered a hardback of Survivor. I can find a hardback of Survivor, write Bob, and then use the sticky note to sticky note onto there so that I have that set aside that is Bob's until I can actually package it, put his stuff in there, the bookmarks and the illustrations, and go. So the other thing that we did was illustrations. So there's 3 different illustrations that everybody will get. So that's 16 copies of all 3 of them, which is 48 in total. And I have this cardstock. Instead of printing it on paper like this, I wanted the illustrations to be higher quality. So I'm going to print that on the cardstock. And I have 2 packages of 50 cards in there. So 1 package should be enough to print all 48 with 2 extras in case I mess up, because that's actually a 4x6, which is smaller, and I don't know exactly how to print that. But I'm wasting time talking. It's 9 o'clock. I am still very tender and sore. I have to take it very easy. So that's what we're going to do. So first of all, I will try to get a clip of me going through and laminating this, but it's very precarious, and so I don't know if I'll be able to get a good clip or not. So let's go get that done. While I was filming, I took my laminator. I've been heating that up here. I've got the laminating pouches here. So essentially we just open this up. I think I opened it up backwards, and I pull those out. I'm gonna need both hands, but I'll just show you if I can. Anyways, they're like laminating pouches, so I pull them out. I'll pull one out, and then you slip the one word, like your paper, one paper in between them, then you take them and then you put it through the laminator. So I'll see if I can show you, but I need both hands right now. Sorry about the angle. And then, okay, put that on the top, like that. And then you enclose it like that. I'm gonna make sure it's not wrinkled. And then we take it over here. I'm gonna have to move this away from there. Okay, actually. So you fill it, you do the end, not the ends that come off, like that peel back, but you do the end that's more tight and secure. So essentially I've got to move the laminator out. So I'm gonna have to use this handle to hold it and then fill it through. Maybe, let me make sure there's no wrinkles, because this is going to be hot. It's going to laminate pretty quickly. Okay. Oh, I did it wrong. Okay, hopefully I put it in at an angle. You got to be really careful with this, but it's still coming out solid. So, and if you use your hands, you can keep it from wrinkling in the back. So I'm kind of like holding it back here to keep it from wrinkling as it comes through the laminator here. So far, so good. You just see, make sure that it's smooth with no wrinkles. It's pretty hot when it comes out. Okay, see the end here? It's going to bend a little bit, but that's below where the bookmark is is at. So I think the bookmark itself will not be bent. See, okay, look, if you look on this side here, see how bent that is? Right here. But the bookmark itself is smooth. It's just the edge here that I got twisted in there. So unfortunately, or fortunately, it's not the bookmark, it's just the edge there. So, but with my next one, I will be careful. So that kind of shows you how the process goes. So my room is kind of a mess right now because I haven't actually had a chance to clean it. Obviously, because I've been in recovery. I also ordered a bunch of stuff from Temu, so some of that may be mixed in here. That's part of the reason why I wanted to go through all this, was one, to get everything done, and two, because I need to figure out what I have, and from Temu didn't come in, so I am hurting a little bit. I also have a bunch of stuff that I had from the hospital that I was never able to put away. I think that some stuff that they had. So I don't even know where to start, guys. So first of all, these are 2 boxes here. These 3, I think I've already opened this one. I've got this thing and then this box here. These are all my items from, that is really heavy. I probably should not lift that. So we're gonna have to find a way to move that over. I don't even know where to start. So now that that's out of the way, I'm gonna stop filming for a minute because I need to actually focus and figure out what I'm doing and actually open some of this stuff. And I'm just standing here staring at it and I'm starting to get hurting because I've been standing up. We went grocery shopping today too. So this is probably just gonna be day 1. But yeah, so I'm gonna stop filming so I can concentrate and actually focus here for a minute. So I just opened up this one, which by the way, this was like this. So I cut across here and I saw the book and I was terrified of tearing it, cutting it. So this is one, like 2 copies of, I don't know why they just sent 2 at random, but this is Immortal hardbacks because I had one of the tiers that people could pledge to in the Kickstarter was a tier where you could order the omnibus hardback, which is Hunter, Shifter, Samurai, Assassin, and Rogue, basically books 1 through 5 in a hardback, because I don't actually have hardbacks of the individual books 1 through 5. You can order the omnibus hardback, the Immortal hardback, and then Survivors hardback, the Kickstarter edition, special edition, so that way you could actually have the whole series in hardback form. So that was one tier. So that looks like that's 2 copies of Immortal. And I don't know what to do with all this trash. So I'm just going to throw it on the floor because that's what you would do. So I'm going to open this box next. Can I just say, because I did touch the boxes when they first came in, Can I just say that, like, they came so dirty and covered with dirt. Like, all of this dirt that's on there is not for my room. Like, I don't know what is going, but like, they were like, what is that? That is not from my room. And it's got, whenever I opened it, it's getting all over Kindle and stuff. Does anybody else have this problem? Like, that is just so disgusting. Like, the outside of the box. Okay, so these look like the hardbacks of Survivor. Genuinely, I thought that's what those boxes are. So this is interesting. So these are like gorgeous copies, honestly. So I bet you the paperbacks are in here, I assume. So I think they all came in on the same day, and that may be my Temu stuff. I don't remember how many copies I had. Oh my gosh, these are like so gorgeous. Like, look how good those look. Okay, so I'm gonna have to find a way to stack these. But I have to do one at a time because I can't lift over 10 pounds, and honestly, these are heavy by themselves. So I don't think they're over 10 pounds, but I don't want to take any chances. So I forget how many. I think I had 8 Survivor hardbacks. I think I had 3 or 4 of the Immortal Omnibus ones that had a hardback. Like, of the 8, some of those are going to be with the 3 Immortal and Omnibus ones. So, and I ordered extra, so there should be at least 10 in here. That's precarious. Hold on. I need to find a better place to stack those. Counted them out, and those are 10. So this and those. So this box was only the Survivor copies. So that's going on the floor. I can't bend down easily, so we're gonna have to take our time. But that can now be trashed. So I've got more room to stack boxes. Look at how, oh my god, they left so much dust. I live on a gravel road, I wonder. Is that it? So those are the 10 copies, and if I'm right, that gives me 2 extras that I can sell at the book signing, even if none of the other copies come in on time. So that's a whole precarious thing. I will do a part 2 and a follow-up on that one. So I've got these. So now I'm going to open the box, this one, and see what that one is. I'm going to have to be very careful because I can't lift it. So I may try to scoot it forward and move these. So we're going to work on that next. I sound dumb, but I'm putting a paper towel over that because that is all dirt that came when it shipped. So I'm putting a paper towel because I don't want to put the books on there. I know I wasn't supposed to lift more than one at a time, but it takes forever. So we're going to put one there, and then, so we're just going to stack them on that box so I can scoot this one forward. Okay, for now. So I got those stacked there, because I didn't want to put them on there with that dust and then get them all dirty and everything. So, oh, this is heavy. All right, I feel like my Kindle is going to fall, so I'm going to move my Kindle over here for the time being. I don't know what that ad was, but here we are. Okay, so I'm going to need the scissors in a moment. Okay, so I got this box forward. I'm going to open it up, see what's in it. So the omnibuses, so these are even heavier because this is all 5 books in one, books 1 through 5 in them. So essentially, you'd have your copy of Immortal, which is the prequel. You'd have books 1 through 5, and then book 6. So you'd have the whole collection, and that was the whole idea behind it. So we're gonna, I can't, that is really, I can feel that that's straining me. So we're gonna hopefully have enough room to stack the omnibuses from this box over there. Because also, excuse me, I also sold paperbacks of the omnibus for anybody who wanted the whole collection but just in the omnibus form. So I'm going to have to set those separate because I don't want to squish the paperbacks with the hardbacks. So I'll have to sort these out and go from there. Okay, so I'm going to work on stacking those. I can't get a cool clip of me doing that. And again, I'm recovering from surgery, so I have to be very careful. Sorry about the quality of the clip and everything else. I'm doing the best that I can. Okay, so all of the boxes that were on this table was from Barnes & Noble, because the paperbacks were even ordered from Barnes & Noble because it's a special edition. So I've got 10. I was doing that to protect it from the dust. Okay, which I had to clean off the desk, by the way, because it got the desk dirty. Anyways, I got 10 paperbacks, 10 hardbacks. I've got 5 hardbacks of Immortal, 5 hardbacks of the Omnibus, and I've got 3 of the paperbacks for the Omnibus. So that gives me, I think, 1 extra for the paperback, 1 or 2 extra. I don't remember if it's 3. Yeah, if it's 5. So I got 2 extra for the hardbacks for Immortal and the Omnibus, 2 extra for the paperbacks and hardbacks of Survivor. So this box has to be the Valiant series, because from Amazon, and I don't know where, like, my Temu order, so I'm gonna have to go through and figure that out. So we're gonna go over here this time and open these boxes up and figure out that real quick. So I'm starting to hurt quite a bit. I'm also going to take a picture of that because honestly, that's really cool. So if all else fails, if my other books don't come in on time for the book signing, I've at least got some of those I can sell off as extras, because it looks like all of those are pretty solid. So I'm going to open these up and go from there. That looks so cool in the background, by the way, with my like desk and everything. All right, sorry. Anyway, I was right. This big box is the paperbacks of the Valiant series from Amazon, and then this is a few more. Apparently I didn't get that cut all the way. Oh, that's annoying. Anyways, this is more of them. So I'm going to get them pulled out and stacked somewhere in all this without lifting these. I've lifted this twice, which I should not have, but it's just from here to there and here again. So I'm going to do that and get these all stacked out. So we'll do that in just a minute. That was all the paperbacks. So my Temu stuff hasn't come in yet, so I'm gonna have to check that out. But so what we got here, book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously book 6 is over there. And then the prequels here. So that's 6 copies of each, because I wanted to give myself 2 extra books. So again, if my other ones don't come in time for the book signing, these all look good. I went through them and there's no mess ups this time. So I think I can hopefully send all of these out and have 2 extra copies of these, plus the 2 extra copies of all of those, that I can at least sign all of that, use that as my book signing merch. Worst case scenario. So I've got them all stacked up. I'm hurting so bad, so I'm gonna get some help getting these boxes out of here, and I'm calling it for the night. And I'm gonna leave the stuff here, like the my pin that my sister and I made the other day, paper of information with the backers' names on it. I'm gonna put that all here on the desk so I can get that when I work on this next, probably tomorrow, because I have to sign all of these for the people. So I'm just gonna do one person at a time until I get all 16 signed, and I'll stack them. I will stack them in order, like this is person 1, this is person 2, this is person 3, after I sign them and get them all stacked. And then I will cut up the bookmarks and put that with the stack. And then I will do the illustration card stuff and see if I can figure that out tomorrow. So that's the plan for now, because I am beat. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so this is day 2 of fulfilling my Kickstarter pledges. I'm going to try to get a few of these books signed. So last we talked, it was Saturday, and we went out and got groceries, so I was feeling up to working. I overdid it so much that I was so sore that on Sunday and Monday, I had to take a huge break. And today is Tuesday, and we had to have my follow-up appointment following up with my surgery. So we went to that. Everything is looking good. There's a tiny spot that may be something, but I'm going to wait to hear back from my doctor on that one. So because we got up early, I'm going on 2 hours of sleep right now, but I am fully dressed. I am very sore and tender, but I'm here. So I'm like, I need to get a few of these done while I can, basically. So I'm just going to start with person number 1. Now, I had 48 backers, and I listed them all out in order of how they pledged, but I took out all the ebook ones, and just left in anybody who had a physical book, and I listed them out. So there's 16 of those. So I'm just going to start with number 1 and go through all the way to 16 and just, you know, sign books and put them in piles, and then put a sticky note on the top on whose pile belongs to who, what pile belongs to who. Now, the Survivor hardbacks and the Survivor paperbacks all have a special signing page, so each of those will be numbered first come, first serve. So it's like the first copy, the second copy, the third copy of the hardbacks, and then the first, second, third, fourth, and so on with the paperbacks. The rest of them all just like these with like the Valiant series, it's just my name. So yeah, I thought about doing erasable pen, but the problem with the erasable pens is that they come off easier. So I'm thinking I'll just try to be very careful and use regular pen on signing these, I think. But I don't have a lot extra, so if I mess up, this could be bad. So maybe the erasable pen is not such a bad idea. So that's like my first, I'm so tired, my first dilemma. So I may go in there and get my erasable pen and just risk it coming off rather than risk messing up. So I'm going to do that. Person number 1 has the Omnibus, Immortal, and Survivor hardbacks. So I'm going to get one of each of those, sign them all, and get that in a pile. So I will check in with you guys later. I really want to get some cool clips, but it's more important for me to make progress. So I don't know for sure if I'm going to get a clip. If not, please just be understanding and patient with me. I am still just not even quite 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow out from my surgery. And I did talk to my doctor today, and she said no exercise, no lifting over 10 pounds, still need to rest. 6 weeks. So 6 weeks out from your surgery. And so I'm 2 weeks into the 6 weeks. So I just have to take it very easy. So it's more important for me to try to get these signed and fulfilled than just to worry about getting clips on top of that. So just again, please be patient with me. I'm going to go get an erasable pen and go from there. So, and then I really need to call Amazon because I don't think that my copies of the Valiant series books has shipped for my book signing, which is November 7th. So I need to call them and pressure them about that as well. And there's an issue with their bank account, so I've got to figure that out as well while it's still early in the evening. It's like not quite 2 o'clock yet. I think it just passed. Yeah, it's 1:19. So I'm going to stop jabbering and get to work. So check in with you guys later. Okay. So I made a little bit more space by putting books 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 together and stacking them and scooting them like that. So this is what this looks like. So I'm going to be doing my signing here. So yeah, you can see my dragons and the door in the background. I'm going to see if I can get rogue turn so I don't have anything beside me. That'll work. Okay. So looks like this person gets the first Survivor Limited Collector's Edition hardback. But I'm going to do the name of the person and then put the sticky note on top so I know that this is her pile. And that's how I'm going to do the rest of them. So okay, it comes off pretty easy, so I don't have to worry about that. I just have to figure out where to put the stacks at. I may organize that desk over there so that I can stack the stacks over there and then make more room as I need to do more stacks. But I have to lift these one at a time because I think all 3 of these hardbacks together are probably over 10 pounds. So I'm going to do them one at a time and organize the pile over there and then continue the montage over here as I sign more things. So I'm also going to do a small check mark by the name so I know I have hers signed and piled and ready to go. And I'll do that with each of the other clients or customers, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so this person, next we've got a lot. So, yeah, so this next person did the early bird bundle, so I'm going to have to double check and make sure I'm including everything in that bundle, and then added on every single paperback plus 2 Immortal and Mortal paperbacks. So this is going to be a huge pile, but I wanted to get this person done. I'm just going to go in order, so I'm going to put this person's hardback in the pile, and then I'm going to get on my other phone and check the Kickstarter to make sure that I remember what all goes into the early bird bundle. So this was like a huge order, and one of the ones that pushed the Kickstarter up pretty high because it was really expensive. So shout out to this person, you know who you are. So getting on Kickstarter now, and I can go to, that is so weird. Okay, go to my created projects, and I'm going to go to Survivor, and I can scroll and go to rewards and then follow the reward things. So I'm just going to look and make sure I've got everything for that bundle. Okay, the early bird series paperback bundle for $160. So, okay, so we got books 1 to 5. So we've got 1 Hunter, Shifter, we've got Samurai, Assassin, Rogue, Immortal and Mortal, and 1 Survivor Limited Collector's Edition paperback, which is here. And then on top of that, this person, yeah, so that is, the rest of that is all digital, so I will make sure that I put all the digital, sent all the digital stuff to that person. But then this person also added on 2 more signed copies of Mortal, 1 more of Hunter, Shifter, Samurai, Assassin, Rogue, and 2 more Immortal signed paperbacks. So this is all one person's massive order, y'all. So I've got to sign all of these. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is 17 books to one person. Shout out to you, man. This is going to be big. All right, I'm just going to start and work my way signing this. So enjoy. This particular person has a paperback of the omnibus, and of course the omnibus, the Survivor hardback, and the Immortal hardback. And then also this person has Hunter and Shifter and Samurai and Assassin and Rogue and Mortal and Immortal signed paperback. So this person got everything. So this is another big order. So I'm going to sign all of these first. Okay. Quick tip to make this easier on myself, I learned from my last Kickstarter that when I did personalization, which is where I'm like to your name, and then I sign like a little note, that made it so much longer. So to keep it short, again, if you want to do that as like a bonus in a Kickstarter as a stretch goal, that's a really good stretch goal because it does take extra time. But for this sake, I left it simple. So all I have to sign is my name. I don't have to sign people's names or any notes or anything like that. Again, it's great for a stretch goal, but it works this way, especially with my surgery and everything. I can just sign my name and move on, and it makes it so much simpler. So that's a quick little tip. I think I've gone through enough books that I'm going to put all of them in one single stack because I've only got one more copy of Immortal left. So the group paperbacks should be done. I've got 2 copies of each book left except for Mortal, which has 1. So I'm stacking those over there because I'm going to stack this person's big thing over there. Okay, there we go. All right. Sorry, didn't mean to move you around like that. Okay, so I can check mark number 10. So we're on number 11, Survivor paperback. So as you can see here of the paperbacks of the Valiant series, I have 1 copy of Immortal, 1 copy of Mortal, and then 2 of Rogue, Samurai, Assassin, Shifter, and Hunter. Sell those at last resort. This is the inventory I can sell at the book signing if my other books don't come in. But if they do, I can put this all with that. So it's going to make a big inventory if we can. So if you look over my stacks, I have got 3 of these special editions of Survivor. Because if my ones from Amazon do come in, they are the regular edition of Survivor. So these are going to be, I'm going to charge higher for these special editions because these are limited editions. I will number these as well. And then we've also, okay, 2 omnibus hardbacks, 2 omnibus paperbacks. We've got 2 copies of Immortal and 2 more copies of the special edition hardback of Survivor. Again, I will sell for a higher price because it is the special edition and it is a hardback. So that's all the inventory I have left over, which is great. So I'm gonna go get my packages and see how many I have for all of the individual paperbacks and hardbacks. The ones that have the huge bundles, I have 1 box, so I'm gonna probably use this for this big stack because this is all one person's. And then I'll need a couple more boxes for those 2 stacks there that are different people. And then for these ones that have the hardbacks, I don't know what to do about those. I'm gonna go figure this out and I will check in with you guys later. So quick thing, I actually forgot that I have to put the bookmarks and the illustrations in there. I haven't cut out the bookmarks yet and I need to print off the illustrations, which is me messing around with the cards and the card stock because I haven't actually done that yet. So I was gonna do that. I may have to take a break after figuring this out. But I'm gonna try to do that because yeah, it's been only an hour and I'm exhausted already, but I did sign all of the books. So I left my little recorder thing standing there. Hopefully I can get this to sit. It's gonna really tick me off. Okay, anyways, so I'm gonna see if I can figure out the stock thingy. Sorry about the bad lighting. I don't have my little plug-in thing over here. So hypothetically, I should just be able to put the card in the where the paper goes and then print off the illustration. So I'm going to do one as a test and go from there. So this is the wrong. So I will let you guys know how it turns out. I think I did it right. It's taking a whole piece of paper. I put the card in there. So oof, I don't think, oh no. Yeah, something clearly went wrong. That's what happened. So I have 2 extra. I had 2 extra in this pack. So hopefully I don't have to open the second pack. So I have 1 more attempt. We're going to take out the paper so that doesn't happen again and load another card in there. So let's try it. It did work that it loaded it on the glossy side. So the glossy side goes forward because these have a glossy side and like a plain side. So I need the glossy side to go forward. So we're going to do 1 more of these with no paper, so hopefully this time it pulls from there. So we're going to try this 1 more time. But all the settings worked. So 4x6, and we want landscape, 4x6 landscape, 1 copy, 4x6, okay. And there's no paper, so hopefully it works this time. I'm really starting to hurt. Okay. I think something went wrong. Yeah, something clearly went wrong. How do you... Okay, let's try it again. Why does it keep getting stuck? What am I doing wrong? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I don't know why it's not loading. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna Google it and I will let you guys know what I figure. I think it's actually working. I don't want to do any more tests than this one because I don't want to run out of ink, but I use Printer app, and you use photo print and also scoot the blue thing over to the edge of where I had the card instead of putting it on this side. So I think it looks like it's going to work. So that's my second one. So I have 48 left, which is just enough for 16 a piece for all 3 illustrations. So I'm going to go ahead and print off 16 of these for this illustration, and then I'll do the other 2 16 a piece. So I don't know if I can load 16 at a time. So we're going to see, and hopefully they don't mess up, because that would suck. Okay, I just did it. 16 copies. I made sure it was all correct, except maybe the size. I hope I did that right. I put 16, and like I said, I scooted it all the way over. It's loading. I hear the printer going, and I'm really scared. Okay, it did 1. Okay. I think this may actually work. Which means if I still have ink left over, hopefully by the time I get this done, I can make more with the other stack that I have to sell at the book signing. And I can pick out which illustrations I want to use, so that's going to be fun. So yeah. So printing them takes longer on the photo paper, but I actually remembered one of them. One of the clients is my sister, and she doesn't need the illustrations, so I canceled it before the last one, and I have this extra one I can give her anyway. So I did 15 instead of 16. I don't need 16. So I got all of them printed for the first illustration. I checked I had them all vote on which ones they wanted, and since I'm running out of printer ink, I'm going to start with the first illustration they voted on and do at least that one, and then if I have enough, I'll do the second one, because we'll see. So I had to double check and make sure. I actually had the second one incorrect in my head on what I was thinking, so I'm glad I checked. But I'm doing the first one that everybody wanted, and it looks like the first one's about to be done here soon. So it is on the glossy side, so that is this one, which looks so good. So hopefully I have enough, because I would love to have one. So I'm waiting on those 15 to 14 more to go on those. And then if I have enough ink, I will do the third one, but really low. I don't think I'm going to have enough ink. I have to wait till this weekend, but at least I have all of the books in stacks, so I may not package them yet because I want to make sure I have all the illustrations in there, and we don't have any money right now, and I won't be able to get to the store till this weekend anyway. So hopefully we can fix all of that, because I'm kind of stressing a little bit on our finances. But yeah, so number 2 down. So we got 13 more to go. So I will check in with you guys later when this prints. It is 2:38. So I feel like I've been here for at least 20 to 30 minutes already, and I'm getting really tired and I'm hurting. So we'll see what happens. So unfortunately, the 6th one came out discolored. That's not how that's supposed to look. So I got 5 good ones, and I'm gonna have to do the rest after I get more printer ink this weekend. So I'm happy that I've got this done. All I have to do is get printer ink, print the rest of these, and then print the 3rd illustration, cut out the bookmarks, put that all together and get them all packaged. Hopefully I can get that done this weekend, and also print some more for my book signing. I may do a whole separate video for book signing prep and like what you need to do. So that's all I can do for today, and also I've overdone it. I am beat. I am in a lot of pain. So I'm going to take a break, because the last time I did a bunch of work Saturday, I overdid it. I literally was out for Sunday and Monday. So I have a feeling that this work I've done today on Tuesday will knock me out for a couple days. But that'll give us time for my husband to get paid on Friday. I do have the Kickstarter money, but I'm trying to budget it very carefully. So I will buy the ink, but we have some issues with the bank account that my husband has to take care of Friday before I can spend any more money on it. So that's going to have to be taken care of, which is also stressing me out on the Amazon order, so I've got to figure that out. But for now, I will check in with you guys next time. This has been day 2. Pretty accomplished day, considering I got all the books signed and I've got them in piles organized for all of the people to order them. So check in with you guys next time. Guys, so this is day 3 of working on my Kickstarter. It's been a couple of days. I don't remember the last time I vlogged. It was earlier in the week. It was Tuesday, because we went to have my checkup on almost the 2-week mark. And as you know, I couldn't do anything else part of the Kickstarter till I got more printer ink. It is now Saturday and I did get more printer ink, as you see behind me. So I'm hurting. I don't know what I did today, but I mean, we went grocery shopping. I did check out the groceries and I hit my stomach on the corner of the cart. And then my husband seems to think that the way that I sit in the car like scrunches everything and makes it more painful. We did have to clean the wound today, so that could contribute. It's also very cold, and the cold might been making my knee hurt because I think I have arthritis. I'm only 31, guys. So my long story short, I'm hurting. But I want to at least get, and we also, I'm hurting. Okay, let me start over. I'm hurting. But I can't package everything tonight anyway because I don't have some of the big packages. All these, I don't think these will fit anything. I have a few of these, so I could probably get the single paperbacks and or hardbacks in there. I can't pack everything tonight, since I'm hurting. Tonight's goal for me is just to finish printing off the illustrations and get the bookmarks maybe cut and get everything kind of like where they're all stacked or whatever, and at least get that done. So then all I have left to do is to just package them. I may feel like doing that tomorrow night. So packaging at least the singular books. I can't vlog because I got to get inside my printer. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully we got the right kind. $41. And it was like a $40 printer, so it almost was cheaper to get another one, but who wants to get a new printer every time you need printer ink? I thought the ink, the last time we checked when we bought this printer, which was just a few months ago, it was like $25 to $30. So even because since then it's gone up, the cost of printer ink. But anyways, I'm gonna get this done. And then I have some other stuff to do with my audiobooks tonight, so I'm hoping to actually like work tonight. So we will see. So I will check in with you guys. It was very disappointing, but when I was looking for the printer ink type on here, I pressed the I button because I thought that that meant info and that it would pop up here on the screen. Turns out that meant print. I had forgotten to put printer ink, printer paper back in there, so it just had these cards. So it literally printed the information on these cards and it wasted 2 of them. So I may have to, I do have a whole second package, thank goodness, so I'll probably have to for sure open that package to print more of them off. So especially since we had one that turned out with bad lighting, so yeah, that made me mad earlier. But anyways, I gotta get this done. The news is that to change out the printer ink in this printer is so much easier than the last one I had. You just like pop them in there. It was so complicated with the other one, so I really like that. So I counted 5 good ones that I already had printed off from the second illustration. I put them in the folder here. This illustration, I have 5 good ones I can use, so that means I need 10 more. I had to add 3 more to the pile C. So I will print off the rest of those and then we will start on the 3rd illustration that everybody voted, and then I'll get the bookmarks cut up, which are also in the folder here, and then I'll put everything in the folder to get ready to like package out. So and then I'm going to check on Amazon on the books that are supposed to be coming in for my book signing. So I may have to call Amazon and be on Amazon support. So I'm going to do that while these are printing, and I will check in with you guys later because it's just printing. And since Halloween's coming up, I'm listening to my Halloween playlist on Spotify. So I figured that was kind of fitting. So I will check in with you guys next time. Guys, so this is still for the Kickstarter. I actually got everything printed off a while back. I've been working on some other stuff to do with the Valiant series, but I had to, what I did first of all, I knew that based on like printing off the bookmarks and stuff, this last illustration is darker, so I went in, made a copy, I brightened the copy as much as I could, and then printed them off. So I have 16 copies. This is what it looks like. I think it's so much better. You can actually see everything. So I have all of the illustrations, I have all of the bookmarks. I decided I'm not going to cut out the bookmarks tonight because I am in a lot of pain. I've been hurting. So after that, I was working on a few things for the book signing, but overall, I got that done. My color ink ran out. right when I started printing this last illustration. So I guess it was using my black ink. So I'm going to need more color ink. Hopefully I can still print off some illustrations of the book signing. But the next thing that I also did for the Kickstarter was I went on the Kickstarter. I can't show you guys because I am not allowed to legally show you any of the information from the backers. But essentially they filled out all of their information. Part of that was, what name would you like to have added to the dedication of Survivor for its main release? Because that was one of the stretch goals that we got. And so I wrote everybody's name down and I added that to Survivor's file in Atticus, my formatting program, and then I re-downloaded the EPUB and the PDF, and I re-uploaded the ebook to Amazon. And I'll have to do the paperback, re-uploading the paperback with the proper dedication page another day, because I'm beat. I can't do any more tonight. So the versions that I'm selling don't have the proper dedication, but the proper dedication will be what's like release day release. So like the book signing is an exclusive edition, that sort of thing. So the dedication page is on the ebook, and it will be on the paperback when the book launches. Not on the paperbacks that I have for the book signing though. So that's everything that I did. I will have to do the paperback another day. So that's pretty much it. And I will check in with you guys next time. So yeah, I don't even want to save this document right now. I can't. So, that's for the book signing. So, like I said, that's day 3 of the Kickstarter. So I will check in with you guys next time, where hopefully I can cut out the bookmarks and start packaging books, when I'm fresh and feeling good. So I will check in with you guys next time. Guys, so I think it's day 4 of working on the Kickstarter. It's Monday. It's been a couple days since I last vlogged. Today's Tuesday. I was going to work on it yesterday, Monday, but Monday morning I woke up and I guess in my sleep I'd rolled over onto my side. I'm supposed to be sleeping on my back, and so I woke up screaming in pain. So I was out of it yesterday. I am only kind of working today to kind of just get it done, because like my books for the book signing came in. I need more space, so I'm going to try to package up. Today's goal is to package up all of the single books, the hardbacks, and like the Survivor hardbacks and paperbacks, and then leave all the big ones, like the big orders, when I don't have any boxes or anything for them. So I want to get all the single books done, and just get that out of the way. I don't want to vlog too much because I'm exhausted, I'm out of it. I don't feel like being on camera, but I still want to vlog the process. So I'm just letting you guys know what I'm doing, and I'll check in with you guys later, after I, get my work done, and we'll see what the progress looks like. So I'm just going to get started and go from there. So sorry, I'm not going to be on camera much today. I'm exhausted. I haven't been sleeping well since the surgery, because I don't know if it's like the 3 days in the hospital and like waking up during the night, and like it's throwing my whole schedule off, and I still I wake up multiple times throughout the night, and it's just leaving me drained and exhausted. I'm still in a lot of pain constantly ever since Saturday. So it's just like, it's a struggle, but I want to get this done, so I will check in with you guys later. Okay, so I actually have my phone propped up on a big stack of my extra books that I'm going to use for the book signing. So I brought my folder, which has everything in it. I'm going to cut up it sounds more violent than it really is, but I'm going to cut out the bookmarks and get everything organized so that the bookmarks and the illustrations are all inside the single books. And then I have all of the addresses printed out except for one, which I guess for some reason on Kickstarter, it looked like somebody didn't go through the pledge manager. So like without an address, I can't send any books. So I skipped over that person. Ignore the dogs, they're going crazy. But I did actually, that person did apparently. So I added that person's, I wrote it down. So I think my handwriting's good enough. So I'm going to sign an extra paperback for that. But basically I'm going to do one stack at a time. I have, I can't show you my backer's information, so I'm just going to use my cousin's. I have the Post-it notes marking down like the name of who it belongs to. So I'm going to put all the stuff inside the books and then take the sticky note off and then grab the address of that person, cut it out, and then put it in a package, and basically do it one at a time to make sure it's all correct and the same and blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of the process. So I will check in with you guys later. Guys, I've been working for over an hour and I'm exhausted, but all of these packaged, so that's all the single paperbacks and all the single hardbacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 paperbacks of the 8. The other ones are all in these, the other 3 are in these stacks here. And then 4 hardbacks of the 8. And the other 4 on those are, one was my sister's, and then 2 more are here. And 1 is part of that stack there. So packages, I'm calling out these packages because it says water and tear resistant, and this was one I tried to put one of the hardbacks in, and it completely tore down the side, so that was annoying. I thought luckily I had extras also. So each hardback took me like 10 minutes to try to get the hardbacks in these packages, but I needed to get them done. I didn't want to have to try to get another one, so at least I can make progress on these. So I've got these on the desk. I need to move the hardback order so that way all of the ones that are packaged and all of the ones that need bigger packaging are all on this desk, and then everything for the book signing will be on that one. But I'm pooped, so after I'm done for the day. I can't do any more. I'm hot, I'm tired, I'm grumpy, I'm hungry. So this has been day 4, but I'm happy I got these packaged. I hope you guys enjoy your packages, and I hope they get there undamaged, because I don't trust these packaging anymore. So hopefully that works out. And like I said, I've got it all done. I did cut out the bookmarks and got all that done too. So I'm done. I will check in with you guys the next time I work on this, because I need a break. So hey guys, so I don't know if it's day 5 or 6 of working on the Kickstarter. I actually didn't film because I got my mom's help. It's November 1st. Couldn't do anything this whole week, but my husband and I went grocery shopping today because it's Saturday, and we bought boxes. So tonight I got my mom's help. She had saved back a bunch of like book paper and bubble wrap, and also this other type of stuff that's like bubbly, but it's like protective stuff. So we wrapped all of the books up to make sure they don't get damaged. I had that big box, which I reused. We had to peel off the thing. And then we had these 2 big boxes, and then we had the 2 small ones, which these are the hardback, the 3 hardbacks. These are the ones with like the bulk paperbacks, and I got all of those. So everything is done. It's ready to be shipped out. So all I got to do is get to the post office and ship it all out. I don't know how much it's going to cost, so that's a little stressful, because I was hoping to use the rest of the money for my Kickstarter for my editing. I did too much yesterday, and I did too much today, and then this just really set me over the edge, so I'm taking a break. I just wanted to fill you guys in that I got it done, so I won't check in with you guys until after it's already sent, so I will check in with you guys then. Hey everyone, so this is the final video in my Kickstarter video. So I had my mom and my sister help me. They loaded all of the books out to the car, and we took them to the post office and got them sent out. So another little tip and fun fact, when we were at my particular post office here where I live, the guy doing it asked if there was anything personal in there. I said no, told him it was books and just the bookmarks, the illustrated prints, and I signed the books, but that's it. There's no personal letter or anything like that. And he said if there's nothing specifically personal in them, then you can send them out as media mail, and it's actually cheaper. So the individual single packages were all about $5 or so for shipping. One of the big boxes was $16. I think another one was around $16, and then the other ones were like, the other boxes were like $11. So altogether it was like $113 to ship everything, which is a lot cheaper than what I was expecting. The guy saved me a ton of money, and we got them sent out, and so I will be doing a backer update tonight to let everybody know that their things have been shipping. Their packages have been sent. I do have a receipt with all the tracking numbers in case anybody's asking for that. So essentially it's all done and taken care of. And the only other thing is like any issues in the mail. I have the numbers and everything. So, but overall, that's been my Kickstarter experience, and sending it out, it went a lot slower than I wanted because of my surgery, just delays and stuff, but I'm glad to finally have it done, and it's the beginning of November, so it's not, it's not too bad. A lot of it was the earlier shipping delays. If they had come in September, I could have done it before my surgery, but the shipping delays with Barnes & Noble made it so slow that it came in right at the time I had my surgery. Like literally the 3 days I was in the hospital, one of those days is when the books came in. So, and then obviously afterwards I couldn't didn't do anything for a long time. So, but overall, that's been my experience. I do think in the future I'm going to try to find something else besides Barnes & Noble because they are so slow with the shipping. In this case, Amazon was also just as slow, so hopefully things can speed up faster. And obviously the shipping situation is still a lot more expensive than normal, but the media mail thing saved me a lot. So if you are doing this and are interested in that, just ask your local post office about that and be sure. And I think in the future, it's nice to be aware of not to put anything personal in them, like not a personalized letter or note or anything like that. Like, don't make it personal, so that way you can save a lot of money on shipping, because they will be not investigated, but inspected. And if they do find something personal, they will charge you an arm and a leg, basically. So just be sure to be honest about that. And like I said, I'm excited to have this done, and I hope that this has given you kind of not really, it wasn't so much of a tip video, it's just showing you the process. But if you guys do have any questions about Kickstarter or any of this, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer it. And I do hope this kind of showed you guys the process of shipping books out to readers. I do think Kickstarter is the best way to do that. I've gotten more Kickstarter orders and orders from readers than personal ones, although I have had a few personal orders, just nothing this big. It is a lot of work, so, and I do think that you should do your due diligence and your research before just diving into Kickstarter. Kickstarter for Authors group on Facebook is the best place to start if you're interested, and even if you don't intend to ever use Kickstarter, I suggest going into that group and just reading up on all the resources, because you never know. But in the meantime, if you liked this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more writing and reading videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you liked my video about this Kickstarter and my surgery and having to do all of this during my recovery from my surgery, then check out my video that I did trying to write again after my surgery. That's been an interesting part of this journey while all this was going on in the background as well. So check that out. You don't want to miss it. It's still part of my surgery recovery, so I hope you enjoy.